let's talk about some success stories and some feedback. Maybe continue with the feedback from other clients. Are there any notable success stories or positive outcomes resulting from Markanyx utilization of Moodle and Poodle services? Maybe students' achievements, business growth, successful educational initiatives.
So, as you know, schools they're happy when when the kids are making progress and when they're making when the grades are up, right? So if kids are lagging behind, or if you have kids that are not showing up anymore, so some schools actually lose funding because they need to have a
Results.
certain retention rate, right? So for us, when we see that the schools are using Poodle and the kids are actually learning a new language, that is a success already. Um, I know that one of our clients has been using it since 2018, I think, and that's maybe 2017. That's when I first came into contact with Poodle, and we had a few tickets, I think. So it was taken care of very efficiently. So that was we were happy about that. And then the client went on and used it, and they've been using it since. So we're happy with that, and the client is happy with that. Um, I cannot share anything in terms of financial or revenues, but the fact that they're using it and for many years, and the kids are using it, and the teachers are also committed to it, I think that's the best sign that people are happy about it.
Definitely. Otherwise, they would just cancel the service.
Exactly.
What are some current challenges or obstacles that Markanyx faces?
Challenges, not obstacles, but the challenges are mostly the the products that we are working on. So,
Mhm.
as you know, we talked a little bit about plugins, but we've had also some of our products that we've been preparing for the to release to the general public, and that's been taking some time. But we have two products that are still on the pipeline, and we're hoping to have them released this summer. So we have less than 6 months now, and we want to be able to show them at the next Moodle Moot or the Mountain Moot. We'll see if we're on schedule or not, but those are mainly the challenges, I think.
And can you share those plugins that you guys are working on? Can you share what they are about?
I can share a little bit in
Uh,
general uh, terms. So one of them is about payment gateways and being able to pay through the LMS, and the other one is about notifications. So we have previous versions of the notification plugin, but it was designed for a specific client. And as we developed it and continue to develop it, it becomes more and more tailored to a specific client and their specific use case. So it is tough to take it out of that context and then provide it to the rest of the population. It is a lot of work, and we thought if we do another version that is more generic and actually has more features, it will be able to serve a better audience and more general one.
Definitely. Those plugins sound very interesting. Payment gateways, it's always important. And notifications, like you sometimes want something very specific, like the class is starting now. Go to the
Exactly.
class in this link on your cell phone. There's
Absolutely.
nothing
Yeah.
there.
So
Okay.
those are the reasons we're working on these plugins. It's we've seen these gaps, and we're trying to work on filling those gaps and help our clients really have everything in one place and not having to rely on other tools or other third-party systems that would do these things. One of the things we mention when we talk to people is we say we're a one-stop shop, and that's because we would like to have things that we can integrate into Moodle already integrated, and that way people won't be using different systems. or
Okay,
if they
okay.
do, it will be a seamless integration.
So, looking ahead, uh, how does Markanyx envision the future integration and utilization of Poodle within Moodle? And are there any specific developments or improvements you hope to see in the partnership between the two companies, Markanyx and Poodle?
So it's funny you should mention that, because one of the things that we were talking about with a client recently is they looked at a piece of software and they said, "Can we do this in Moodle?" And I thought, maybe we can do this with Poodle. They have their own documents. They have their courses that contain pages and documents that students should go through. And they would like students to be able to, instead of read the page, they want to be read aloud for them. And maybe they want to be read aloud in different language. So I understand those are can be different components, but if we can do something like that, I think it would be um, a great feature to have.
Okay. I wanted to ask you something. Um, Nowadays, AI and
Mhm.
very, very recently, the Apple goggles. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah, I've seen the videos, but I haven't had the chance to
Okay, so
more.
this question is very like looking really ahead. How do you imagine education will change with all these technologies? Because I have a very specific example. For me, as a language teacher, we used to assign, tasks like do a summary, write an essay. But nowadays with these technologies, kids won't write an essay because they just ask a software and it will deliver the essay. So one way we can approach that challenge that we're facing as a society nowadays is having the student record himself in video and answering the essay or summarizing, I don't know, a book or a movie. And so having the audio and video recording can solve that problem, but that is very imminent, very immediate. So my question is about like really futuristic. How do you conceive education will change with all these technologies that we're seeing nowadays?
That is a loaded question.
Yeah.
Um, I think even though there's a lot of changes, and I know AI is being thrown a lot into any discussion, and it's the buzzword, it's the trend right now. So I think we're going to be talking AI for a couple of years, but at some point we will have to realize that not everything we see is AI. It's just the word that we're throwing because it's the word right now. Um, there is a component that I think will always need to be there. You said that students don't want to write necessarily, or they will be using a tool that generates the writing for them. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because they will have to try that and they will see that it will create something, but it's not necessarily what they want or need to say or write. So we will still have the need to write our own thoughts in our own way. You can use Chat GPT, for example, and it will generate a nice text, but a lot of the times you will have to rewrite it yourself, because it won't be as eloquent as a person who has put thoughts into the words they want to say or into the argument they are making, I think. But definitely, we should be using those tools, because it's about experimenting as well and seeing how it is impacting our learning and how it is impacting the development of the kids as well. Because part of the learning is also developing as a person, I think. And if we talk about the language teaching and learning, it is not just about the language, it's about the culture. So when you're learning a new language, you're also taking bits of that culture in and learning about how people live with that language. Why do they speak this way? Why is what does it mean to be polite in that language? So it is a big, I think, a big subject. Um, I don't know if that answers the question or not.
I mean, it was a broad question, but yeah, yeah,
Any broad answer?
yeah. Do you think that Moodle will continue to be useful in the following years with all these new technologies and maybe challenges that educators face?
I think as long as Moodle is open source and people can integrate things to it, use its API, and be able to integrate different systems to it, we should be fine. Because that is, for us, at least at Markanyx, the one thing that we're very happy about that hasn't changed is the ability to use the API and the functions that are made available and extend different features. I think that's one of the factors that make Moodle so much used right now is because people can add to it and can build plugins on it.
Okay. So I have one final question. Can you tell us a little bit, like in numbers, how many current schools or companies in total are using Moodle from from your company, from Arcanix, and maybe from those schools, how many students would be in total using uh, the LMSs that you guys offer?
That number is I it would be a guess. It would be
Oh,
a
okay.
very wild guess because we have universities, but we also have school districts. So we're talking about many thousands
Thousands
using.
of teachers or universities?
I would say no, not universities, students and
Students.
teachers.
Okay,
I'm not. I could
thousands.
say thousands teachers. I can't tell the number honestly.
Okay,
Thousands
okay.
would be much. I don't think thousands of teachers. Um, yeah, I'm on the spot. I have no idea the number of users that we're actually impacting.
I
But
mean, but thousands of students learning through this LMS is very significant.
oh,
So,
definitely. Then maybe more than, yeah, like some clients, because if you're dealing with universities, some clients have multiple Moodles, and then you take one of the Moodle and it would have 19,000 because it's different
it's
faculties,
very
right?
large.
So yeah, I can maybe single out some of the clients and tell you that's what they have on their Moodle instance, but I can't tell you how many people we're actually touching.
Yeah, I understand. So, guys, thank you for your time. Is there anything that you would like to add or discuss before we conclude the interview?
Well, thank you for this. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I have anything to add. I look forward to the next episode of this.
Absolutely. So, you have a good day. Bye bye.
Thanks. You too.